We have a little surprise for you today, my friends.
Sometimes we come across these stories and they're like not long enough that like, you know, it might take 15 minutes to tell a tale, but the tale is so worth telling.
That we must do it. So we haven't actually had a 2-for-1 since our launch episode.
This is true. So you're getting another episode.
Here
extra.
we go. This is Triggered.
And you will be. Okay, so both of our stories, they're not at all similar, but they're both about the sanctity of marriage and your safe place.
Oh.
And when the person you trust and love betrays you.
Fucks around.
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
So my case today, Chantel, is a story of resilience, betrayal, and the unthinkable happening right in the comfort of your own home.
I hate it.
I know. It's
I don't like home shit.
I know. That's your sanctuary.
I don't like that shit at all. And like, luckily, I have a partner who doesn't want to ever see harm come to me. And I know this for a fact. But like, I can't imagine just like feeling unsafe in your home.
And unfortunately, that's the reality of a lot of people.
For so many people.
So like, I want to start with saying, have you ever stopped to think about how much trust we put in the people closest to us? Like, I know that my husband, being like his size and strength, has the ability to hurt me at any given time.
Matt could just decide to snap my neck.
That's right. But we trust
and I
them.
have no power.
You know, we sleep beside these people because we love them and we trust them. And like, not saying that the walls of our home are unsafe, but in so many cases you see these relationships turning into domestic abuse, domestic violence. Actually, did you know in the US 3 women per day are murdered by their spouse?
I did know this because do you know what the leading cause of death for women anywhere in the world is?
It's domestic.
It's men.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's men. It's not. It's men, and then it's like heart disease.
It's crazy.
It's men. It's the number one leading
and then
cause
they
of
cause
death.
the heart disease. It's men.
It's men. It's all men. We love men.
Yeah, we do. So yes, this story today is about Jill Cahill, a woman who built a beautiful life out of chaos, basically, only to have it shattered by the very person she trusted the most. Jill was the kind of person you couldn't help but love. Free-spirited, adventurous, and always up for something new. While her friends started settling into their 9-to-5s and PTA meetings, Jill was kind of still chasing that excitement.
Yes.
She just wasn't there yet. But
and that's okay.
Yeah, so she was just a free spirit girl, loved traveling, loved plants, gardening, an outdoorsy kind of gal. We'll have pictures, but she kind of has this like hippie, beautiful hippie look. You'll see.
Ooh.
Stunner.
I like that.
Yeah, I know you do. But even Jill eventually wanted things we all want, like a love of your life, family. Yep. And like just a place to belong, like that home at the end of the day with the people you're surrounded by.
Of course.
Enter James Jeff. So his name's James. He goes by Jeff.
All right.
Francis Cahill III. Right away.
Okay, listen, guys. No offense.
No.
We don't mean anything to be taken in offense.
No.
I just immediately, if you're a second or a third or the fourth, I'm immediately like, are you a dick?
Yes.
Are you a dick?
Like, my name is James Francis Cahill III. I don't know. It just, something about his name just bothered me.
Okay, yeah, fair.
He was very handsome, very charming.
Of course he was.
And he shared Jill's zest for life. It was literally a match made in heaven to the outside world.
Okay.
But of course, we know better than that.
Of course we do.
The first red flag came in the form of Jeff's mother.
I could scream.
I know why you could scream, but I don't know if we should say why.
All I'm going to say is to everyone listening, and we know what our audience is. We know that you're probably,
Yeah.
we do have men who listen, and we love you guys so much. But our main audience is women between like the ages of 40 and 65. You got to let your boys go.
Yeah.
You got to let them go, guys. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. I know they're your babies. I know when you look at your grown sons, you still see that little boy that needs his mama, but you gotta let them go. You gotta let them do their thing.
It's a funny thing, though, because, like, I'm obviously a boy mom and a girl mom.
Yeah.
There's something about the boy.
I know. And you know what? I respect that. And I don't know that. Like, I have a stepson. But he's only been in my life for a handful of years.
Yes.
So I don't know what that is like. However,
Yeah.
I do know what it's like to be married to someone or with someone or dating someone where the mother interferes to the point of destruction.
Okay.
So that's all I'm going to say. Moms, you got to let your boys go.
Jeff's mother, Patty,
Okay.
was like everything you don't want in a mother-in-law,
Of course.
right? So let me paint this picture for you. A devout Catholic matriarch
Okay.
who believed her grown children should still be attending daily mass. Not weekly mass, daily mass.
Settle down,
Who has
Patty.
fucking time?
Daily mass.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
But Jill, ever the optimist, brushed it off. She's like, it's about Jeff and me. It's not about her. It's not about him, me, and his mom. It's about us.
Okay.
But by 1988, the couple welcomed their first child, Timothy. And Jill's world was forever changed. 2 years later, little Mary Catherine joined the family, completing Jill's picture-perfect dream. But like any good dream, there were shadows lurking at the edges. And as there are. And I feel like there's a correlation between boys and men that are over-coddled by their mother.
Well,
There's something.
and I think part of it is this, and I could be totally wrong. This is just like my own personal opinion. I think part of it is no one's ever going to love you like your mom.
No.
And it's supposed to be that way.
Of course.
Your mother is supposed to give you a very unique type of care and love.
It's unconditional.
That is a mom's love, and it's beautiful. But I think what ends up happening for both the mother and the son is that they go out and they find a woman and they expect that same level of love and care. That is not the love you're
She's
getting
not
from
your
your
mom.
wife. Exactly. She is not your mom. You're going to be getting a different level of care and love from your wife than you got from your mom. She's not there to, yes, we want to take care of our spouses in a certain way, but not as a mother.
No. As a partner.
As a partner. Partner means equality.
Yeah.
There's nothing equal about being a mom.
No.
You sacrifice. This is the thing. As a mom, your whole purpose with your children is literally to sacrifice your comfort, your finances, your beauty, your
Yep.
sleep, you're sacrificing everything for these children.
No
That
partner should do that.
No. That is not the way it's supposed to be.
So while Jill's pregnancies were very tough on her body, doctors started warning her against having more children,
Okay.
which did break her heart. But she threw herself into raising her kids and discovered her love for gardening and landscaping. Her home became her canvas, filled with lush flowers and cozy flea market charm. She even turned her talent into a thriving business. Jill was on top of the world, or
Good
so it
for
seemed.
her.
But see, she's trying to create this beautiful life and home.
Yeah.
And she has a husband who, on some reports, would make comments like, what kind of woman are you? You can't even give us more children. Like, he's just kind of, making his digs and stuff. I'm like, get fucked, sir.
I would be gone so fucking fast.
Yeah.
so fucking fast. And like, for anyone listening, your worth does not lie in how many kids you can have.
It's crazy.
If you can have kids.
Right?
You are, you know, I was so worried when I had my hysterectomy.
Yeah.
Because I was like, am I still a woman
Yeah.
without those parts? Like, is that what makes me? And I'm here to tell you now,
No.
like 10 years later, no.
No.
Your worth lies in so much more than what your uterus can or cannot do.
Absolutely.
So let that go. You're beautiful. You're still a woman, whether you have kids or not.
Yeah. So behind closed doors, things weren't as idyllic as they appeared. Jeff's handyman business floundered, leaving Jill as the family's sole breadwinner. So, like, this man is fucking sitting there. You're less than a woman, and he can't even keep
And he's
a
fucking
job.
failing at what he's doing.
Right. Get fucked, sir.
Yeah.
And the stress mounted. Jeff's frustration started turning to violence towards Jill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Friends noticed bruises, whispers of concerns were kind of circulating through her circle. But Jill, like so many survivors, kept it quiet. She kept a smile on her face, and she focused on her children and her work, finding solace in the little garden she created for others. So, like, this woman is, to me, like a superhero.
I know a couple of women who are in situations in their life where they are expected to stay home and care for their children. And they find, I feel like every single one of those women in that position needs to have an outlet.
Absolutely.
Like, needs to have a little something that is for them or is for their community or is for literally anybody other than their kids.
So
You have to have a little something
yes.
to make you feel.
But the problem is, she's the breadwinner, she's the caregiver,
Yep.
she's the wife.
Yep.
She's expected to be the stay-at-home mom as far as duties,
Yep.
but bring in all the money and take care of the kids.
Yep.
So that was just a recipe for disaster, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
She's doing these little jobs, building gardens, and she's hired by a special guy. And he...
Did you say a special guy?
A special guy.
She's hired by a special guy.
A special guy who treated her with so much respect.
Ooh, okay,
And
I see.
He saw Jill.
Yeah.
And not just saw Jill for her beauty, but he saw her.
Aww.
He was kind and attentive, and he would, like, praise her and be like, wow, you are an incredible woman, and you're a great mother. So, in your house, you're getting told you're a piece of shit and useless.
Yeah.
And you're getting your ass beat.
Yeah.
And then in comes this, like, beautiful human being
Yeah.
who sees you for all that is good.
Yeah.
And that makes me happy.
That, like, really warmed my heart because one of the first things that, like, I really fell for in Matt was that,
yes.
was just, like, he would be like, wow, like, you're a badass that has your shit together. I mean, like, I don't have my shit together now, but at one point I did.
At one point.
And he would always, like, compliment me on
Yeah.
that. Like, he would be like, wow, you really have your shit together. And,
Yeah.
and when you say you're going to do something, you do it.
Sometimes that's all we need.
That was so sweet.
So she meets this guy, and he's respectful. And with her friend's encouragement, she finally decided it was time to leave Jeff. It obviously wasn't easy because he's not the nicest person.
Right.
Jill was very patient. She planned the separation carefully to minimize the impact on her kids. So even through all of this, she was very mindful of the children, tried to do everything in a way that would be as least impactful. But again, this is a violent household. So
Right.
getting those kids out of there is a beautiful gift.
So he was physically abusive as
Yes,
well?
very violent
Fuck you,
man.
Jeff James.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole. So in early 1998, she finally filed for divorce. So
Okay.
she was almost free.
Yeah.
But freedom came at a cost. On a spring night in April 1998, Jill's carefully built world came crashing down. A heated argument spiraled into a nightmare. With their children sleeping just a few feet away, Jeff grabbed a baseball bat and unleashed a torrent of violence.
Oh, fuck.
Over and over, he struck Jill. Her head, shoulders, and back bore the brunt of his rage.
Oh, God.
Even as she lay bleeding and begging, he kept going over and over. So he bludgeoned Jill.
That's horrific.
When
Are the kids home?
Yeah, and they're asleep just like in the next room.
Oh my God. Oh, that always bothers me so much.
So Tim and Mary, being littles, you know, come running out and they see their mom being beaten with a bat by their dad. And Jill starts begging them to call the police, but Jeff ordered them back to bed. When he was...
Ashley, this is fucking horrific.
It's awful. When he was finally done and Jill was unconscious, Jeff didn't call 911.
Of course he didn't.
Who do you think he called?
His mama.
Uh-huh.
I can't.
Yep.
I'm
Jill,
filled with rage.
I know. So he calls his mom. Hey, Mom, I just beat the fuck
Mom,
out of her
yeah.
with a bat, and she's unconscious. What do? She's lying on the floor, like bloody. Yeah, literally. For hours, she laid on the floor before Mom and son decided, well, let's just call our family physician. He'll know what to do. Most likely in hopes that their family physician would just cover it up with them.
Hello?
After he took one look at Jill, he demanded they call 911. So this doctor's like,
I can't even believe this is how
yeah. They thought,
this went.
Oh, he's been our doctor for years. Let's just get him to come over. And he's like, call 911? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
As Jill underwent numerous surgeries, Jeff underwent intense interrogation by local police. He insisted that Jill attacked him and he was just defending himself. But the evidence in Jill's current condition said otherwise. Obviously.
Duh.
Jeff was arrested and charged with attempted murder. As is too common, however, the batterer was able to make bond. Who made bond for Jeff?
Mommy.
Fucking bitch.
You know what? She should be held accountable.
100%.
He called her right away.
And they just let her lay there for 2 hours.
The only thing that should have happened is Mom should have been like, KK, click.
911. Yes.
Jesus.
So he was released until trial.
Okay.
So he's out living life. As the next 6 months pass, Jill struggled to recover. With her loving parents, her children, a sister and brother-in-law at her side, Jill was slowly returning to the living world. She would never be 100% again, but she was alive. She would go see her children, hear them, and touch them, and Jeff would not take that away. So they would take her outside, and the kids would run around and play. Sometimes she'd get a pass out of the hospital, but she's still in the hospital.
Yeah.
6 months.
Yes.
It's crazy. Doctors and nurses were all well aware of how Jill came to be a patient in their care. And Jeff's pictures were posted at hospital security and nurse stations to prevent him from finishing what he started. So, like, Jeff's out. The trial has not started. It's still 6 months in. This guy's a fucking lunatic. Her parents have custody of the kids, obviously. They're bringing, Mom the kids. They're just supporting her in hopes that she'll be released, and then they'll take her home and do rehabilitation, and hopefully he gets charged with attempted murder. So yeah, the hospital is on high alert. Like, if you see this guy or his mother, like,
do not
call security.
Oh, God.
But while Jeff was a wife-beating mama's boy, he was no idiot. Out on bail, he took to observing hospital routines. So he starts stalking the hospital.
Oh my God, no. It just gets so much worse.
He looked to see what the uniforms look like, the care procedures. So he would literally go and sit in the waiting room and just watch for hours. He was able to...
awful.
Yeah. So he got a uniform. He started planning. So, like, tell me this guy isn't the most sick fuck you've ever heard.
I hate him.
Oh. In October 1998, Jeff donned a wig, a janitorial uniform.
I hate him.
And a computer-created identification card, and slithered his way into Jilly's floor. So this piece of shit, like, he didn't just do this in a day. He waited and watched.
And you know what? So this is one of those situations where this was not an act of rage.
No. So the first attack, maybe he just fucking lost his mind.
And you hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Where, they have they have undealt with anger issues, and they quote unquote snap. Still not acceptable.
No.
In any way. However, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, again, not an excuse, not acceptable.
No.
However, you look at that and you go, all right, he snapped. He needs a lot of help. He needs to be away from her.
This guy stalked the janitorial staff, the nurses,
horrific.
the doctors.
So this is like a planned out.
Oh, yeah. Right? Fucked up.
Okay.
So he walks in. He's got a wig on. He's pushing a mop and bucket. He looks literally like a janitor.
Yeah.
And as a nurse or a doctor or security,
You're not thinking about it.
you wouldn't even really look at him. You know, there's a janitor. It's day-to-day routine.
Well, and a lot of hospitals and a lot of places, like, the janitors aren't actual staff of the hospital. Like,
They're
there's contracts.
Yeah.
So you don't know who's in and out. If they have a tag that says they can be there,
who
welcome
are you?
in. Yep.
Absolutely. Holding a bottle of cyanide. He fraudulently obtained. Jeff leaned over Jilly's bed and began pouring it into her mouth. Yeah. Jill's eyes flew open in fear, and she fought with what little strength she had.
Oh.
He held her mouth shut, and there was, like, if you pour something in someone's mouth and cover their nose...
Are you about to tell me that this woman dies?
She dies. Yeah.
Oh, I'm upset. Oh, no.
So, he fucking pours the cyanide down, walks out, and doctors and nurses rush to her bedside because all of a sudden her monitors are going off. What the fuck? Others noticed the strange man who was so obviously pretending to be a janitor. Like, he was over the top pretending. You know what I mean by if someone is like...
I hate him
pretending
so
to be
much.
someone...
Ooh, this one's really making me angry.
Yeah. Searching the hospital, they were unable to locate him, but they knew who he was and readily gave police his name. It was Jeff Cahill, Jilly's soon-to-be ex-husband. Upon looking at the security footage, I mean, it wasn't good back then, but...
They're immediately like, oh, hey, Jeff.
Yeah. And, like, people right away were like, we know who that was. So, like... You could look at him and be like, oh, like, he looks familiar, but I'm not sure. And then this happens, you'll be like, fuck, I know who that was. You know, when it takes like a minute, then they were like, oh shit, it was Jeff.
Yeah. Ugh.
Within hours, police showed up at Jeff's door. Like, hey.
No shit. Like, hey, what did you do today?
And despite his claims that he'd been home all evening, the heat radiating from his car said otherwise. And Jeff was arrested and charged of murder. And you know who he used as an alibi?
Mom.
Yeah. He was home all night. You cunt.
Oh,
you psycho. I think she's just as fucking psychotic as he is.
And you know what? In a situation like this, like, she should have been charged.
100%.
She should have been charged.
So following the trial, so I'm not going to get into the trial because we are on a twofer today. Just know that Jeff Cahill was convicted of murdering his wife and is currently in prison.
Good.
He will not be eligible for parole until 2036, and he'll be 75 years old.
Good.
And that's that.
Bye,
and
Jeff.
I hope to fuck he does not get that parole. I hope he dies in a cell.
I hope he has lived such an alone, lonely existence.
Agreed.
That is awful. And I hope his mom died miserable and alone.
I hope their entire family turned their back on her because she's a fucking nut job.
That's
she
horrible.
raised this monster.
Yeah. I love my kid and my stepkids very, very much.
But no.
And it would be one of the hardest things I'd ever have to do.
100%.
If they're committing crimes where people are being fucking injured or killed,
sorry.
I'm turning my back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I agree.
I'll love you till the day we fucking die.
Yeah.
And I will help you in any way that I possibly can, but I am not covering up for your murderous schemes.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh,
Anyways, that was our first little story. Chantal has one coming up next. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will start Chantal's.
Bye! Hello. It's me.
I love that you always start with a song. You're wild.
Hello, everyone. We are feeling better.
Oh, my God.
after the actual plague.
Somehow now my dog has a cold, but
I know, and it's so sad, guys. Like, she's walking around like she can
sneezing.
hardly breathe. She's sneezing all over the
crazy.
place.
I didn't even think that was a thing until it happened.
Oh man. Okay, so I know there are some viruses that like animals can catch.
I don't think so.
There must be.
Well, I think it's rare.
But like, where would she get one from?
I mean, they can just kind of manifest because, you know, she's in her 80s and dog years.
She is really old. She is really old.
Have you been following the wildfires?
Oh, it's awful. And I'm so sorry, LA.
Wow. Like, you know, because we're in Canada here and, like, obviously we're not seeing that because it's cold as fuck and snowing.
But we do have, like, we've had terrible fires.
Yeah, we have.
I think I don't know. I don't want to say that there's a difference, quote unquote, but at the same time, it's like LA is just so urban.
It's so urban. And, you know, and the restaurants, and you've got like the Hollywood song. Like, it's just crazy to me.
I know. So
it's sad.
I feel terrible.
My house burned down.
That's right.
So I've been there and I know what that feels like.
And I can't imagine too, like, just watching some of the footage where it's bad enough if your house burns down. But then to be standing there and looking at like your entire neighborhood is gone.
Yeah. And then the insurance problems that people, like the cancellation of insurance policies. I mean, I know that a lot of people up there, you know, they're wealthy and they'll bounce back, but that's not the case for everybody.
Well, and honestly, it's a small part of LA.
Yeah.
LA has, there's wealthy areas, but that is not the majority of it.
No. So hopefully the people that are doing better can help the others. If I had the means, I would definitely be helping. But
yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah. On that note,
what do you got?
That depressing note.
Yeah.
Okay. What if you had to direct a horror film?
Yeah.
What is the character or like what is the thing that is causing you the most horror? Like
scary little kids.
Yeah?
Little kids that kill or little creepy kids.
Like creepy, like ghosty kids.
Fuck the kids. I love children, but no. When they are killers or ghosties.
Or like creepy.
No. No.
What was the movie with the...
Pet Sematary.
No, with the little boy who is the demon. His name is like Damon or something.
No,
have you seen it?
No.
Oh my god, I want to watch it.
I try and avoid those ones.
I want to show it to you if that's what you're scared of.
Too much for me.
Okay.
Like Pet Sematary fucked me up with the little boy.
That was not for you.
No. What's yours?
Clowns.
Oh yeah, that'd be like a hard second for me too.
Yep. It's been clowns for as long as I can remember.
Is it because of it?
No, and here's the thing. I wasn't allowed to watch anything like that. So, like, this fear of clowns is, like, deep-seated in me. It didn't come from anywhere specifically. It's actually, like, part of who I am.
I think anyone in, like, a costume creeps me out.
Right?
I don't like it.
Well...
because you don't know what's under it.
That's right.
What do you got?
That's right.
You're looking suspicious over there.
I know. I will... Do you remember the clown?
Like Gacy?
No. Do you remember the clown sightings in 2016?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Where they'd be on the corner just waving.
Yeah. I didn't want to...
holding like weapons.
Machetes?
Yeah, no.
I didn't want to leave the house. I was like, well, I guess we live inside now.
I went to the Toronto... It's at Canada's Wonderland Haunt or something. The Haunted Haunt or... And the one year I went...
Nope.
It was fucking clowns.
Nope.
It was horrific, but it was amazing.
It's interesting because I moved to Toronto the year after this. And it like lived in my... Because I was just like... I'd be like walking downtown Toronto and thinking like, is a clown going to come out of somewhere?
It's crazy.
With a fucking... Yeah. So I'll never forget like the firsthand accounts of some of these. There was one in Long Island where kids were sitting in the high school classroom and they look out the window, and coming out of the woods by the school was like multiple clowns with weapons just staring at them.
I think that would cause such trauma.
Okay, so this is the thing. I think I would be, the amount of therapy I would have to go through after that.
And they never did anything, right? These clowns, they just came out to freak everybody out.
No, there was a couple that like injured people.
Oh.
Yeah, like people were hurt, which is what made it scarier because you didn't know. Well, and then there were like asshole 18 and 19-year-olds who
dressing
were like,
up. Yeah, so you didn't know.
But you didn't know.
Oh.
Because if it was just like pranks, that's one thing.
Yeah.
No, I don't like them. Well, today we're talking about the murder of Marlene Warren. This is a story that is so wild.
Okay.
It involves balloons.
No.
It involves flowers and a literal killer clown.
What?
Yeah. It's the morning of May 26th, 1990.
Oh.
In Wellington, Florida. It's a quiet suburb. Nothing crazy ever happens here. Marlene Warren, a 40-year-old wife and mom, is at home with her son, Joe, and a few of his friends. It's a lazy Saturday morning. 21-year-old Joe was actually recovering from a broken leg. So I can totally picture Joe and his friends. They're sitting around the table. Marlene's preparing a brunch for them to enjoy. Like, you know, those kids didn't get up till 11:30.
Oh, yeah.
And the doorbell rings. Marlene heads, now remember it's 1990. Like, my doorbell rings and I'm like, no.
You just look on your phone.
I know, I do look at my phone. But also I'm like, no, I'm not. Forget it. Like, unless you called me, I'm not opening. So Marlene heads to the door, opens it, and standing there is a clown.
No.
Full on circus vibes, like white face paint, bright orange wig, red nose, holding balloons, and a bouquet of flowers. One of the balloons literally says, "You're the greatest."
Okay.
At first, Marlene seems amused. But before she can react, the clown hands her the flowers, pulls out a gun, and shoots her point blank.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, broad daylight. And then the clown turns calmly around and walks back to a white Chrysler LeBaron and drives away like just a normal delivery. Like, didn't run, didn't panic, didn't anything. Joe later states that they had seen the clown coming up the walkway and they were laughing about it a little because they thought it was one of those get well soon delivery things. Joe had a broken leg.
Right. It's like, who
Did you ever get one of those?
No, okay, no, but I did get on my 7th birthday.
Okay.
I got a Ninja Turtle.
Okay.
And it was...
my God. That was mine.
You got a Ninja Turtle?
Yes.
Which one?
I don't know, but a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle when I had the chicken pox when I was like 5.
I got Donatello. It was amazing.
I don't remember which one, but it was like, that was a thing.
I wonder if my mom still has pictures of that.
And that would have been, I definitely have a picture of mine. I was so sick. I had the chicken pox. Yeah, and Mom hired this Ninja Turtle to bring me a bouquet of balloons.
That's cute.
It was pretty cute, and I loved it. So I want to take, before we even go into all the details of this horrible story, I want to take a little bit of a detour to talk about the psychology, because you know I always want to talk about the psychology.
All right, go.
So there's quite a bit of science behind why clowns and masked figures in general totally creep us out, which is what we were just talking about. Social psychologist Phil Zimbardo explored how certain social situations, not just personal traits, can push everyday people to do some pretty dark stuff. So one major factor of that is called de-individuation.
Okay.
It's a fancy term for when your identity is hidden, like when you're in an anonymous chat room or rocking a full Halloween costume with a mask. Basically, when no one knows who you are, you're more likely to behave in ways you'd normally avoid.
Oh, I could see that. For
right?
Sure.
So it gets a little bit darker even. Research shows that people in a state of de-individuation are more prone to harmful behavior. So think lying, stealing, cheating, and even violence. Throughout history, this effect has been harnessed during warfare. Think about soldiers. They wear masks, helmets, matching uniforms. All of this is to strip away their individuality and make it easier for them to justify violence.
So yeah, like, you know, and it's like anything else. When, you know, if I dress up as like a vixen, I'm now a vixen.
You're somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the same. So this de-individuation is the same as like why, you know, sometimes we get comments on the podcast that aren't super friendly.
Yes.
It's a lot easier for someone to sit behind their computer
100%
and say whatever. Would they come up to you and I on the corner of the street and say the same thing? Of course not. Because then they're looking at us. They're looking into our eyes. We're looking into their eyes. So this whole thing makes it extra creepy because we don't actually know who's behind the mask.
It's very true. It's very true.
Yeah.
And the thing about that too is like, I get so disheartened when when you're online and you read some comments that people say to others. It's disgusting.
I know. And it's just like, and my thing has always been, if you don't like it, move along.
Yeah.
You don't have to say anything.
Right.
You can literally just continue on in your life.
It's fine.
It's crazy. So this whole phenomenon connects some seemingly random situations, like annoying telemarketers who don't seem to get I'm not interested. It doesn't matter because we don't know who's on the other end of the line. The most toxic internet trolls, we were just talking about this. Executioners have worn masks throughout history. Think about Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, and Ghostface. They're always masked, right? And then there's the clowns, whose whole job relies on being de-individuated.
Yeah.
Most professions lean the opposite way. Your grocery clerk has a name tag. Doctors and nurses introduce themselves, and teachers have faces you recognize. But clowns, their entire purpose is to mask their true identity. They're going to become somebody else, which seems playful, but as adults especially, we look at that and go, but who's behind there?
Right. Yeah. And you know what? There was a thing on the news a while ago, and it was at an amusement park, and I'm not going to say which one because that's not fair. But kids were being sexually assaulted by a character in an outfit.
I hate that.
I know.
That breaks my heart.
It's awful.
Oh, people are awful.
Ugh.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to Marlene. Marlene was born in Michigan. She was described as kind, devoted to her family, and super hardworking. She and her husband, Michael Warren, lived in this fancy Florida neighborhood called the Aero Club. Like, there's a literal private landing strip for small planes, kind of fancy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But behind the picket fence, things weren't as perfect as they seemed.
Okay.
Because
and
they
usually
never are.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael owned a used car dealership called Bargain Motors. He was all about business, but there were whispers of shady deals.
Mm-hmm.
And Marlene, she was the one holding the home together, raising their son Joe. But friends said she wasn't exactly happy. Michael was controlling. Rumors about affairs swirled around. And as you can probably guess, one of those rumors involved a woman named Sheila Keene.
Huh. Why is it always a Sheila?
Is it always a Sheila?
There's always a Sheila or a Shirley.
A Sheila or a Shirley. I'm sorry if your name is Sheila or Shirley.
Just lately.
Just lately. Sheila worked for Michael at the car lot. So she was around him all the time. She was tall, striking, and let's just say, like, she wasn't shy about how she felt about Michael.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
These women.
People talked. And Marlene was reportedly suspicious. Like, she knew something was up. So because of course she did.
And, like, that's shitty. Like, you know what? If there's a man and he's, you know, doing life and his wife's at home, and, I mean, I can't really have a strong opinion on this because I've never really been in this situation on the other end. Just don't.
My thing is always get a divorce.
Yes.
If you are even...
But he's obviously reciprocating the flirtation.
Oh, of course, right? So, like, if you're married and you find yourself, like, you know if you're crossing the line. with flirting.
Yes.
You know if you're crossing the line. And if you find yourself in that position over and over and over again, like,
you're probably not happy.
you got to really look at your situation and figure out, like, is this actually where I want to be? Is this actually what I want to be doing? Because the answer is no.
No.
Have a little bit of dignity. So let's get back to the crime scene. After the shooting, Joe, Marlene's son, was obviously in full panic. He watched his mom collapse. They called 911. Paramedics rushed over, but tragically, Marlene died at the hospital 2 days later. And the clown was gone. But here's where it gets messy. When detectives started digging, things didn't add up. Michael's behavior was off. He didn't seem that devastated. Like not what you'd expect from a guy who so we can assume Michael is at work.
And they're like, hey, your wife was just shot.
And they're like, hey, your wife was just shot by a clown that gave her flowers before they shot her in the chest. And he just wasn't feeling it. Like, they weren't feeling that.
But, again, everybody responds to shit like that differently.
True. And this is the thing. So we can say that, but still respect that maybe that just wasn't his thing. However, there was also a substantial life insurance policy on Marlene.
Like, so substantial as in...
So, like, Michael was... We don't have the exact numbers, but, like, Michael was walking away with a lot.
And she's a stay-at-home mom?
Yeah.
That's interesting to me. Because it should be, to me, like, life insurance should be... breadwinner should have the most.
That would make sense.
Right?
But no, that's not... You can take out multiple life insurance policies on, like, anyone.
It's crazy.
So now they have to figure out who the fuck this clown is. The description was vague. White face paint, orange wig. And Michael had an alibi. He was out of town on a business trip. Convenient, maybe, but there was no solid evidence that linked him to the murders. The son, Joe, had said it was a tall, probably 6'1" man with brown eyes.
Okay.
And of course, face is fully make-upped, wig.
But you can pretty much tell if it's a male.
He was like, it's a dude. Sheila told investigators that she was working at the time of the murder. She claimed that she was repossessing vehicles. Police thought that was a solid alibi, so they asked her for the addresses of where she visited that day. But she couldn't provide any solid addresses.
And you had said she's like this tall, vivacious woman.
Yeah.
Like 6 foot tall?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not quite. So they're still like, it doesn't add up because Joe was like, it was a dude. He was 6 foot tall. Like, I saw the whole thing. I know what I saw. 4 days after the murder, investigators were notified of a white LeBaron car that was left in a Winn-Dixie parking lot for a few days and hadn't moved. Now, remember, the clown got in a white LeBaron. They processed the vehicle and found orange wig hair fibers in the car. This was probably their vehicle, but remember, it's 1990. So DNA was still in its infancy. The evidence was basically just packed up and filed away. They didn't have what we have today. It was starting to get there, but it still wasn't what it is today. I always get so frustrated with cases in the 80s and 90s because we were so close.
Yeah.
But we just weren't quite there with DNA technology. So police get a warrant to check Sheila's house. They even found orange wig hair in her closet.
In
Sheila's.
What?
Yeah, because now they're looking into everything, right? Now they're like, okay, hold on. What's going on here?
And that's not like something like, you're not going to find that in my closet. Like, that's not a common...
No, right? This is crazy to me because if this were to happen today, it would be case closed.
Yeah.
Like, they would be like, okay, cool. They would test the wig hair in the car, match it to the wig hair in her closet, match it to, they would find DNA on both, like, you're done.
Yeah.
You're goodbye. But not in 1990. And police were still super confused because Joe was adamant it was a man. So they are looking at this going, is it ironic that she has orange wig hair fibers in her closet? Yeah, but that's not enough.
No.
For us to arrest her for murder. The case goes cold for years.
But they kind of know.
Well, and here's the thing. They're suspecting This is not looking good. And another thing that connected this whole fucked up puzzle together is the LeBaron. That was the getaway car, right? Like, this was the car that they saw the clown get into. So that car had actually been stolen. So, you know, Michael has his Bargain Motors.
Yeah.
One of his employees had stolen that car previous weeks before from a competitor.
Huh?
So that is connecting Sheila and Michael to this car as well.
This is crazy.
But again, none of it is enough for them to be like, oh yeah, this is a murderer.
Okay.
Right? Because...
And that guy was caught?
Yeah, and they're just like, why'd you steal the car? And he's like, I was just trying to fuck around with him. I just parked it in the back. Again, there's a connection.
Yeah.
But it's not strong enough for them to do anything with. It seems like they kept getting little pieces of evidence, but it was never enough. During the course of these years, as investigators were looking into Michael's business, Bargain Motors, they uncovered fraud en masse.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He was charged with racketeering, insurance fraud, and odometer tampering.
Oh, shit. Yeah, because you could do that before.
Yep. All in all, he was convicted of 43 counts of fraud and went to prison.
Reminds me of Matilda and her dad. That's all I can picture is Danny DeVito reversing the odometer.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
I love that movie.
He's in prison, but it has nothing to do with Marlene's murder.
Okay.
So we're fast forwarding to 2014.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so it was a cold case.
It was a cold case for years. But now technology has caught up.
Yeah. And you get these cold case detectives and they're reopening.
Yep. And they're like, ooh, let's have a look at this.
Yeah.
Remember that wig and costume?
Yes.
DNA had been collected back then, but couldn't be tested properly at the time. But now they had a match.
Okay, well, who was it?
Sheila Keene.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking like Sheila had a lover and I was way far to the right with this.
Because Joe was so sure it was a dude. Like, he was so sure. But Sheila was also like tall, lanky, probably didn't really look like a woman.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have boobs and an ass.
True.
And you're in a clown costume, everything's done up, you have a wig on.
That's true.
We don't know. We're assuming you're tall and lanky with no boobs and an ass. You're probably a dude.
True,
right?
Yeah.
So they match it to Sheila. Remember that Sheila had been rumored to be like having a thing with Michael?
Yeah.
They were married now.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Shit.
Yeah. They got married in 2002. They moved to Virginia and they opened a burger joint.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, like, affair, yeah.
For sure.
They were fucking...
They were getting it on.
They were really getting it on. They fucking got married in 2002. I have a photo I'm going to share that is like gave me chills because the balls on this fucking woman. There's a picture of her in this restaurant on Halloween dressed as a clown.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Like, ma'am.
Shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know.
What a bitch.
I know.
Like, almost in a taunting way. You know?
Right? Like when you're putting that clown suit on, so you murdered someone in
not
a
only
clown
that,
suit.
your stepson and husband's mother and wife were murdered by a clown, and now you're like, happy Halloween. No. Like, what the fuck?
I know. And I was like, okay, so the twistedness of this, like, fuck you. In 2017, Sheila was finally arrested and charged with first-degree murder.
Oh, yeah.
The evidence was strong. There were eyewitness accounts. They now had DNA from the costume, her purchase records from the costume shop, and yet it took decades to bring her to justice. In 2023, she took a plea deal admitting to second-degree murder. 2023.
How old would she have been then?
I don't even know. Guess what?
Tell me she does not get off.
She was released on good behavior this November.
Fuck me. Like, this November. Just past November?
November 2024.
How?
And I don't... Like...
Okay,
can we just talk about this for a second?
Good behavior. Of course she's good. She's probably she'd be older than us. So like
she's
60s?
Way older than us.
She'd be in her 60s? Yeah, she'd be in her 60s at least.
I can't understand how, and I know we see this over and over and over again, but I cannot understand how the quote unquote justice system works.
This is bananas.
Sometimes I'm like, hello?
Is anyone in there? Because...
And do you know what gets me? And like, I'm going to rant a little bit here. If I don't pay my taxes one year, they are up my ass.
Girl.
They are fucking calling me.
Yeah.
They are sending me letters.
They're threatening
They're showing
you.
up at work. They're calling my employer. They're doing everything. They are fucking up my ass because I did not pay
and fucking
my taxes.
Krusty the Clown over here
is shooting a woman in the chest and walks away.
I'm like, I would hope they brought like that photo of her dressed as like no. Was it a jury, like a trial jury?
Honestly,
they should have given her life. Like life.
Especially when you consider
she's been free this whole time.
So she wasn't charged till 2017.
No.
This happened in 1990.
Right. No more life for you.
That's more than 20 years. She got more than 20 years of like living her life, opening a restaurant, getting married to Michael. Like, hello?
Oh my God.
It's fucking bullshit. I know. So that was the story.
That's wild.
Of Marlene. And it was, I always like to end talking about the victims. And like, it was so sad hearing Joe talk about this day. Because how do you ever...
And he like...
He watched the whole thing.
And she stepped in as like a step-parent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
I know. I mean, he was older, but still.
It doesn't matter.
Still, you're now married to my dad.
Christmases with this person.
I know.
Birthdays.
And then to find out that she was that clown that you've now gone to therapy for fucking 25 years.
No, thank you.
I know.
I hate this.
Awful. I know.
Thank you for the creepy clown story.
You're very welcome.
I'll take one of those any day of the week.
I hate them so much. I hate them so much.
All right. Well, thank you, and we will see you Friday.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for joining us on Triggered, where we dive deep into the dark, the twisted, and the cosmic mysteries of the universe.
Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, always watch the stars and your back.